In this session, we are going to discuss about the quality factor and how the quality factor will affect on the bandwidth. That we'll see in this class, quality factor and effect on its bandwidth. So we already know what is the quality factor that we defined in the yesterday's derivation. That is, quality factor is defined as the ratio of reactance of the particular thing, either it may be inductor or a capacitor, to the resistance. So we can define the quality factor, that is XL by R. So this is a one form of definition for the quality factor. Here XL is a reactance of a inductor. So we can take here reactance of the capacitor also. So that is divided with our actual resistance. The another form of representation of quality factor, which is defined as a ratio of reactive power in the inductive or capacitive to the true power. Okay, so here we taken quality factor is a ratio. So here we taken a ratio of reactance. Okay, so ratio of reactance. When we consider the powers in the entire thing, so power in the entire thing, then quality factor that can be defined as power in the reactive components. Power in reactive components are nothing but inductive or capacitive to the power in the actual resistance. Power in the actual resistance. So this is a definition for the quality factor, or we can define either power dissipation or power consumed by the inductive or capacitive, or power resistance, that is energy dissipated by the particular resistance. So we can mathematically we can represent that equation is equal Q is equals to 2 pi into maximum energy stored. So maximum energy stored. So why we taken here maximum energy stored? Here in the numerator we have power in the inductive or capacitive. So power in the inductive or capacitive, those two are the energy storage elements. Energy storage elements. Power is nothing but energy. So here we written like this: maximum energy stored by maximum power dissipated. Maximum power dissipated. Power or energy dissipated in particular cycle. Dissipated in or per cycle. So this is a definition for the quality factor, very important. So quality factor that can be defined as a ratio of power consumed to the power delivered, or else maximum energy stored to the energy delivered. So in an inductor, you already know what is a inductor. Energy storage, which is an energy storage element in a form of electromagnetic wave. So what is the energy storing value in the inductor? That is energy stored in the inductor, that we can define as Li square by 2 or half Li square, you know that. So what is energy dissipated in that one? Total energy dissipated. So energy dissipated we are going to take, this is a new one, energy dissipated. Energy dissipated per cycle. So energy dissipated per cycle. Here we are going to define that one, which is, here we are going to take the RMS value. So already you know power dissipation. Power is nothing but, either you can write in the format of I square R or V square by R, or else V into I. So here we are going to use this type of formula. Okay. In yesterday's derivation we already seen, so we derived the power value, that is here in the place of I, what you take here, that is I RMS value, that is I by root 2 you already took. Okay, so same thing here, energy dissipated is nothing but power we are writing. So how you can write that? In the place of I we can take I by root 2, I by root 2 whole square into R. Okay, into R. Here we are writing energy dissipated per cycle. So per cycle is nothing but we are going to multiply with T. Okay, so that we can simplify when that one, that is I square RT by root 2. I square RT by root 2. So what is mean by quality factor? quality factor is nothing but energy stored to the energy dissipated. So what we got, energy stored value, that is Li square by 2. So say this is equation 1 here. So what is energy dissipated? That is equation 2 here. So we need to calculate the ratio of these two. So what is quality factor? That is Q pi, that is Q is equals to 2 pi into energy stored to the energy dissipated. So what is energy stored? 2 pi into, here we take an inductor. What is energy stored in the inductor? That is Li square by 2. Li square by 2 by, what is energy dissipated? That in terms of current
Ma'am,
and resistor, that is I square RT by root 2. Okay, so you simplify this one. Then what we got here, 2 root 2 will be cancelled out. I square will be cancelled out. So I square
ma'am, it's
will
2
be,
instead of root.
so here 2 pi into energy stored, that is Li square by 2, and then energy dissipated, that is I square RT by 2. So 2 will be cancelled out, I square will be cancelled out. So what you get, that is 2 pi by R into L. Here 1 by T, you have 1 by T term. So 1 by T is nothing but, which is an inverse of time. Inverse of time, that will be called it as
Frequency.
frequency. So 2 pi FL by R. Okay. So this is only formula we taken yesterday. Q is equals to 2 pi FL by R, or we can directly write it as XL by R. How you got means, like this we are going to get that quality factor. So now when you consider the capacitor, so capacitor, how we are going to calculate the quality factor in a capacitor? So what is energy storing element, which is a capacitor, which is an energy storing element, like in electrostatic manner that will store, So what is the energy stored value in the capacitor? That is half CV square. So energy stored in the capacitor is equals to half CV square. So what is energy dissipated? That is same thing, that cannot be changed. That energy storage element is, which is I square R. I square is nothing but, we are taking RMS value, so I by root 2 whole square into R. So we are calculating energy dissipated per cycle. So per cycle means here that will be multiplied with T. Okay, so this will got I square RT by 2. So these two will be energy stored and energy dissipated. Now we calculate the ratio. So ratio of these two, that is, so here we are going to calculate the quality factor. Q is equals to 2 pi into energy stored by energy dissipated. So we already written the energy stored value as well as energy dissipated value. Just substitute that one, that is 2 pi into, which is energy stored, half CV square by, what is energy dissipated? That is half I square RT. Okay, so here half of will cancel out. Here in the numerator, that is in terms of V we have. In the denominator we have I. Nothing but we need to convert into the same format. And you can substitute the V value in terms of I. So we can write the V value. V is equals to IR we can write, if that is a resistance. But here we are going to take the capacitance. So how we can write the capacitance voltage value? That is V is equals to I into whatever the reactance component of the capacitance that we can write. Okay, I into XC. But what is XC, Nana? That XC is equals to 1 by omega C. Nothing but we can write that V value as I by omega C. Okay, I by omega C. So that you substitute here. that is 2 pi into C into V. V is nothing but I by omega C whole square by I square into R into T. Okay. So now here in the numerator we have I square term, as well as denominator also we have I square term. So you both are cancelled out here. I am simplifying this one. 2 pi into C into I square by omega square C square by I square into R into T. So I square will cancel out, and here C will cancel out. So what you get, that is 2 pi into 1 by this omega square C RC into 1 by T. So 1 by T we can write it as F. Okay, 1 by T we can write it as F, which is here 2 pi into F in by omega square. One omega I am writing like that, omega CR, and another omega I am going to write like this, which is omega is equals to 2 pi F. Okay, can we write like this? Yes. So here we substituted V value, that is I by omega C. So by simplifying that one we get 2 pi into F by omega square CR. So here omega square we have one omega I am writing as it is, another omega I am writing in terms of frequency, that is 2 pi F. So in the numerator we have 2 pi F, in the denominator we have 2 pi F. Both will be cancelled out. So what is the quality factor in the capacitance? That is 1 by omega CR. Okay. So what is the quality factor in the inductor? That is omega, that is 2 pi FL by R, or we can write it as omega L by R. Okay, so this is a quality factor we are going to define. So you have to remember one thing, quality factor is a ratio of either reactive components to the resistance or else power in the inductor or capacitor to the power in the resistor, or that can be defined as resistor capacitor, inductor capacitor, both are the energy storage elements. So we can define the quality factor like this also, which is energy stored to the energy dissipated. Okay. So now we need to calculate the relation between quality factor as well as a bandwidth. So we already got that the quality factor, one formula is quality factor Q is equals to 2 pi FL by R. Quality factor is equals to 2 pi FL by R. So say this is equation 1. So we already calculated bandwidth in yesterday's derivation. So while calculating the bandwidth, we got one thing, that is omega 2 minus omega 1 is equals to R by L. So when we simplify this one, that is 2 pi F2 minus 2 pi F1 is equals to R by L. So F2 minus F1, when we take 2 pi as a common and send that side, so F2 minus F1 is equals to R by 2 pi L. So F2 minus F1 is nothing but that is only the bandwidth, which is a range of frequencies whenever that will reaches to the 70.7% of its final value. Okay, so bandwidth is nothing but what you get, R by 2 pi L. So say this is equation 2. So by the quality factor, that is here in the numerator 2 pi FL. Okay, I am writing like this. First term 2 pi L by R I am taking as a term, and then into F I am writing separately. Okay, you observe this thing, 2 pi L by R here. So 2 pi L by R is nothing but which is the inverse of bandwidth. So bandwidth is nothing but R by 2 pi L. Here you have 2 pi L by R. Under this term we can write it as 1 by bandwidth. 1 by bandwidth. So that is 1 by bandwidth into F. Okay. So that is, this is a Q value, and directly we can write Q and bandwidth relation. Q is equals to F by bandwidth. So here F we can write it as resonance frequency, that is Fr by bandwidth. This is very important relation. So you can get in the problems, you can substitute directly. quality factor as well as bandwidth. So quality factor is defined as, or quality factor is inversely proportional to the bandwidth. Whenever bandwidth is increases, quality is decreases. Whenever bandwidth is narrow, then the quality of that particular circuit will be more. Okay, so like this, quality factor and bandwidth will be related. That quality factor is equals to, that is a ratio of resonance frequency to the bandwidth. Like this also we can define. So up to now we seen the series resonance, how the series resonance will be generated and how the components will be connected and how the voltages and currents will be related in the series resonance. So now we can see the parallel resonance. First, in the parallel resonance, here we are going to connect resistance capacitance. Resistor capacitance are in series, and another circuit, that is resistance inductor, are in series. These two components combinedly we are going to connect in parallel. So whenever we connect like this, then that is called as a, that will generate parallel resonance. Okay, now we'll see the circuit of that one. Here resistance capacitance, these two are connected in series. For example, this is a resistor and this is a capacitor. These two are connected in series. Resistor inductor, so resistor, here I am taking another resistor, and then inductor, I am taking a inductor. So these two are connected in series. So these two components are combinedly connected to the parallel network. So and these two are connected in parallel. Those two ends are connected together and those two ends are connected together. So let us indicate this R is a, we are connecting to C, capacitance. So here I am writing RC, and this is reactance of the capacitance, I am denoting with XC, and this is connected to L, so we are going to write it as RL, and here reactance of the inductor, that is XL. Okay, so these are connected to the source, voltage source. Let us take, that is voltage source is V. Here we are going to calculate the admittance. So in the parallel resonance, same thing. So when the resonance occurs, normally resonance occurs when reactance of the capacitance is equals to the reactance of the inductor. In the same way here, in the parallel resonance also, parallel resonance is also occur when reactance of the capacitance equals to reactance of the inductor. So the frequency at which the resonance occurs is called as a resonance frequency. The frequency at which resonance occurs is called as a resonance frequency. So here, whenever resonance is occurs, those are that voltages or currents in phase. Okay. So here we are going to calculate the admittance of this total circuit. Okay. So let us calculate admittance of the circuit. So what is the resistance of this particular thing? Admittance is nothing but admittance. That is nothing but inverse of a resistance. Okay, so what is first you tell me the resistance of this circuit, that is these two are connected in series, so that value is RC plus XC, that we can write it as RC plus XC, that is 1 by j omega C. This is the resistance of this particular thing, and resistance of these two are connected in series. So RL plus j omega L. So these two are connected in parallel. So we are going to calculate the admittance. Admittance is nothing but 1 by RC plus 1 by j omega C, 1 by RL plus j omega L. So calculate admittance for this one, that is admittance that can be denoted as Y. So Y is equals to, here admittance, while taking admittance we are going to addition of these two. Okay, so while writing resistance, whenever two resistances are in parallel, then we are going to write it as R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Whenever you are going to calculate the admittance, then directly you are going to add R1 plus R2. This is the formula. Okay, so that's why we are going to take the admittance here. Directly, what is R1 here? That is a 1 by RC plus 1 by j omega C. What is that R2 here? That is 1 by RL plus j omega L. Okay, so here I am writing that one. That is, first I am writing RL plus j omega L, which is very simple term, and 1 plus 1 by RC. Here j is in the denominator, write it in numerator. Then here that sign will be changed, that is minus omega c. Okay, so you simplify this one by taking LCM, or else first rationalize this one. Rationalize this one, that is RL. While rationalizing, what you are doing here, 1 by RL plus j omega L into RL minus j omega L by RL minus j omega L, plus again you rationalize this one, that is 1 by RC minus j by omega C into RC plus j by omega C by RC plus j by omega C. So you simplify this term, that is here in the numerator that term has 1 RL minus j omega L by here a plus b into a minus b, which is like this, r square into RL square, j square is nothing, a square minus b square, so minus j square, again minus 1, so minus into minus plus, that is omega square L square, plus here in the numerator that term, that is RC plus 1 by j omega C, or else j by omega C, that term is j by omega C by, again same, in the denominator you get RC square plus 1 by omega square C square. Again j square is a minus 1, minus into minus plus. Okay, so here this is a term. So you take LCM here. You take LCM here, that is, which is while you take LCM, or else you separate this thing. No. Here this is a entire real part term. This entire is a real part term, and here also this is a real part term. Just separate real parts as well as the imaginary parts. Separate real and imaginary parts here. Okay, so imaginary parts. So first I am writing real part, that is RL by RL square plus omega square L square, plus next real term, that is RC by RC square plus 1 by omega square C square. And next imaginary term, that is j I am taking as common, that is omega L by R L square plus omega square L square plus 1 by omega C by RC square plus 1 by omega square C square. So you equate imaginary term to 0. Okay, equate imaginary term to 0. So what is imaginary term here? What is imaginary term? Here this one, that is omega L by R L square plus omega square L square is equal plus 1 by omega C by R C square plus 1 by omega square C square is equals to 0. Okay, so just neglect a negative term, just equate these two, that is omega L by R L square plus omega square L square is equals to 1 by omega C by R C square plus 1 by omega square C square. Okay, so calculate for omega. Just you calculate for omega, that is a resonance frequency we need to calculate. So resonance frequency, so instead of omega you substitute omega R there. Okay, so omega R into L, this term you send that side, that is RC square plus 1 by omega square C square, again omega square, that is omega R square, equals to 1 by omega R into C, that is R L square plus omega R square L square. Okay, you try to simplify this one. So after simplification, you are going to get that omega R is equals to 1 by under root of LC under root RL square minus L by C by RC square minus L by C. Okay, so this is a resonance frequency in a parallel resonance. Parallel circuit. So once again I'll repeat, very simple derivation here. Just we are going to connect RC in series as well as RL in series, and combinedly those two are connected in parallel. So whenever you take connection like this, then that will generate the parallel resonance. Then that will generate the parallel resonance here. So whenever you want to calculate the parallel resonance here, we are going to take the admittance value. Admittance. So here admittance is nothing but we are going to calculate which is a reciprocal of the resistance. So reciprocal of the resistance, first you calculate the equivalent resistance of these two and these two, that is RL plus j omega L, RC plus 1 by j omega C. So that will be inversed, that is 1 by RL plus j omega L, 1 by RC minus j by omega C. So we are calculating admittance, so directly you can add these two values. So you rationalize that one and separate real and imaginary terms, and you equate imaginary term to 0. Then calculate for omega. So then you will get, that is 1 by under root of LC under root RC square RL square minus L by C and RC square minus L by C. So this is about parallel resonance. Like this we are going to calculate the resonant frequency in the parallel resonance.